thank all of you for the inspiration.
Oh,
for the
my
joy.
God, Frosty.
What a loss.
I mean, you always knew this is a tough year, but my God, when you put them all together like that, ridiculous amount of talent that was lost in 2016.
Bob Coburn's
And you know
up
what?
there with
I
all
really
of
can't
them.
imagine 2017 is going to be any better. It wasn't 2016. It's just time that catches up with us all. And we're going to be celebrating 2017 very, very soon. So I want you all to be safe and sound, and I want you to drive home safe. So be sure and call Uber or Lyft, this is no endorsement for those guys. This is just, hey, I want you all to come back 2017 so we can have another year of fun. Did I see Myles Berman in the hallway real quick?
Is Myles out there?
Is Myles out there? Get Myles in here real quick.
By the way, Frank,
we're running out of time because we got to get the CHP in here to give us another breathalyzer. Myles, where you been, man?
Myles Berman!
How do you look thinner and younger every time I see
He
you?
shaved his mustache.
Myles, you haven't aged a bit.
Shaved his mustache.
I did.
This is the first time I've
I
seen
like
you
it.
without a mustache.
I know. It's the first time I'm going publicly without it. I got to change everything.
Oh my
I
God.
like it.
My dad had a mustache his entire life, and when he shaved it off, he was like a different man. I was like, what is it about Myles?
I know, thanks.
It's
Thanks.
insane. You look
Good to see you, Myles.
20 years younger.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what people are saying.
So, Myles, God forbid someone does get pulled over. They shouldn't have been driving, but they were. They need to call you. Why is that?
Well, because we know how to fight and win DUI cases both in court and with the DMV. We've been doing it for decades. So, and especially this time of year where there's a lot of checkpoints, a lot of DUI enforcement, we're needed now more than ever. So, and I guess people know to call 888-4-TOP-GUN
Yes.
just in case something.
Oh, it's in their phone. They got it.
Put that in your phone right now.
You
Like I
have
said,
great audiences. by the
we're
way.
not encouraging, to go out and drink and drive. Obviously, we're not doing that today. But have Myles Berman's number in your phone, 1-888, the number 4, TOPGUN. The Top Gun or TopGunDUI.com is his website. At Myles Berman on Twitter. He's been a big, long-time friend and fan of the show and big supporter of the program, and genuinely nice guy. I mean, he knows how DUIs can ruin people's lives, and and representing the guy who had a couple glasses of wine at dinner, and and things went south. And things happened. Like I was talking to the CHP earlier and saying, you know what, it might not be your fault, but you were driving home and got into an accident, and because you were, had some alcohol in your system, that comes into play. So don't always think about yourself. Think about others out there as well. And Myles Berman's here to help you out in any situation.
And the law gives you certain rights and protections. And if you're a social drinker, if you do drink and you do drive, you need his number in your wallet. Call Myles Berman, 884-TOP. What is it?
888-4-TOP-GUN.
Write it
Don't
down.
let Frosty
Stick
say
it
it.
in your
Number
billfold.
4. It's been a
Not a
while
good
since
idea.
Frosty said it on the
It's been a long
air.
time since I called you,
know.
Myles.
I know.
So that is your function, is to help people who have protection under the law in circumstances where the law is there to protect you. Call Myles first.
Yeah, a DUI conviction actually can be devastating. I mean, people can lose their job, their freedom, their reputation, and as more time goes on, the penalties get tougher. And not to mention with marijuana being passed in California, there's going to be more DUI more DUI drug cases as well, which we've been doing for a long time as well.
I don't think about that.
And the thing is, the breathalyzers that we're getting today from the CHP is the part of the investigation. They're admitting that we're investigating, we're talking to you, and you don't have to talk to them. You can sit in your car and wait. You can refuse that breathalyzer, the machine they give you out in the field.
If you're older than 21.
If you're older than 21,
right.
Or all the other tests for sobriety. Now, if they do take you down to the station and the official big machine, the breathalyzer, is there, if you refuse that, what happens?
Well, the penalties can be a lot greater with the DMVs. Just simply on a first offense,
instant loss
you
of
can
license,
lose it.
right?
You can lose it for a year. Correct. I mean, there's issues and there's ways to defend those types of cases, but you can't even have be able to get a restriction after on the first offense refusal. So. Like I said, the penalties can be greater, but on the other hand, there's less evidence in court. I'm not suggesting people do or don't take the post-arrest breath test. It's just that you have a right to refuse it, and the courts have held that. But then now they can go get warrants to draw your blood, and they have to have a warrant to draw your blood for misdemeanor DUI.
We always ensure cooperation or encouraging cooperation with the police, so CHP, LAPD, whoever it might be. But in this case, you do have a right to refuse that test, refuse the field sobriety test, and take it downtown to the police station and call Myles L. Berman on your way down there and say, "Hey, I'm gonna call Myles."
It's probably better after they get out because their hands might be a little bit occupied behind their back.
If you can get both your hands in your pocket to grab your phone because you're probably gonna have a little chain between them.
Myles,
call
let's
Myles.
say I made a stupid decision to drive when I shouldn't have. I've been pulled over. Let's say I did take the breathalyzer test on the roadside. They took me downtown. They booked me. I took the breathalyzer there. Can you still help a person like that at that point?
You're talking about when they're on the street or after they're
After they're
arrested?
taken to the station, you took the breathalyzer on the street,
Right.
and at the station,
Right.
and you're over the limit. Is there
Of
any help
course.
for that person?
Of
at that point?
course, yes. Breath testing isn't an exact science. It's calibrated to assume everybody's the same physical characteristics, which isn't true. Not to mention that a breath test later on back at the jail doesn't mean that for sure that's not what their alcohol level was at the time of driving, even assuming it's accurate, which is very rare that it's accurate in our opinion. So yes, there's a lot that can be done.
Well, thank you so much, Myles, for coming on the show. Myles L. Berman, 1-888, the number 4, TOPGUN, TopGunDUI.com, at Myles L. Berman, where he'll post the checkpoints. So he always does that, and we always retweet him.
I was
So,
going to call
Friday
Myles
night.
for a mustache ride, but I guess that's...
the mustache rides are out with Myles. But
mean-
So stick that number in your billfold. Don't drink and drive. Don't do it. But God forbid something happens, you need to call this guy.
Thank you, Myles. We got to take a break and come back. We're going to get our breathalyzer test from the CHP right now. Let's see. Frosty's got 6 drinks down. I got 5. Heidi's got 4.5.
And technically, you, according to the readings, are the drunkest, you
And
drunkard.
I am the drunkest so far at a .057. We'll find out what we are when we come back. We're Frosty, Heidi, and Frank.
You're listening to Frosty, Heidi, and Frank from the Morongo Casino Studios on 95.5 KLOS.
Now, the KLOS